Broncos, Ravens tonight. Ravens are 3-point underdogs as they try to get their revenge on the champs, even though Lamar said it's not really revenge. Here to break it all down is a special Week 1, Game 1 edition of Most to Gain, Most to Lose. We usually save this for like the NBA Finals,
the Super Bowl. But yeah, but this is,
special day.
This is interesting.
And let me give a little preface before I get into the 8 people with the most to gain.
Okay.
I have learned over the last few years that there might not be a single more influential broadcast on setting the tone for a season than the Week 1 opening night broadcast with Chris Collinsworth and what he focuses on.
That's actually true.
And people are so, I'm not, this is a compliment to him and Tirico, and
yes,
people are so primed and starved for football. It was, a few years ago, Collinsworth created the NHF, not his fault interceptions. We still talk about it. Last year, Jawan Taylor's penalties. Now, Jawan was a highly penalized player, but I think it even primed the refs who were then on the lookout for it.
The fact that he jumped every single time.
Well, that too, but so does Lane Johnson. Nobody cares.
He's not the first,
and
right.
so, for the most to gain, I tried to think about who do I think Collinsworth is going to point out and take a, you know what I mean, make a big jump. So coming in at number 8, one of the most important people in the league this year that no one has talked about, rookie left tackle for the Chiefs, Kingsley Suamataia. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think in the first quarter, Chris Collinsworth is going to introduce America to him. This is the guy Andy Reid has trusted to protect Patrick Mahomes' blind side. They both went to BYU. They had a first-round grade on him. And now listen, it could go the other way for him, but if he does well against that Ravens front, then all of a sudden it's like, wow, the Chiefs have their left tackle on a rookie contract. Number 7, this one's a little more obvious, Travis Kelce. He lit the Ravens on fire in the playoffs last year. They will show those numbers in the broadcast. 11 targets, 11 catches, 116 yards and a touchdown. And keep in mind, he didn't get to play in the banner game last year because he had hurt his knee right before it. So I think he's going to be extra fired up. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith trying to deal with him. He's at number 7. There'll be some Ravens in a moment, but at number 6, Xavier Worthy. This is going to be another Chris Collinsworth guy. Let me tell you, Mike, this guy's so fast. It's going to be a lot of that. We're going to see the 40-yard dash time, and if there is just one play where he breaks it open over the top of the field, that will be absolutely. And by the way, bonus prediction, I think his mother makes a cameo on the broadcast when they're talking about it. Number 5, Zay Flowers, the redemption arc. You know that we are going to get, certainly in pregame and likely during the game, the sequence of him making the big play to get him in the red zone and then the fumble. And the broadcast will do what all of media has done, which is pretend the fumble changed the game and not Lamar's interception a few plays later. Listen, and they're going to remind people, listen, Mike, L'Jarius Sneed not on the Chiefs anymore to punch that ball out. Number 4, Isaiah Pacheco. This will be uttered on the broadcast. This is one of the most underrated running backs in all of football. Why don't we talk more about Isaiah Pacheco? And I think Wild, you're on to something, that the Ravens' number 1 game plan today is going to be, I don't care what Roquan Smith said, don't let them beat us over the top. And the running lanes are going to be open. See if Andy takes advantage of it. And if Pacheco can be the most notable back on the field, because if not, number 3, Derrick Henry, he is going to be a featured star of this game. I know the Ravens hope it, certainly of the broadcast, but also there is, I think, a fair level of concern of, is he going to have the Adrian Peterson post-30 career arc, or everybody else's of the last decade, which is 30 years old, changed teams, numbers have slowly dipped, and all of a sudden you fall off a cliff. He is 4-2 in his career against the Chiefs. All of those games were the Titans. He beat the Chiefs in a playoff game once, the last game they played without Mahomes in the postseason. Could he be the difference? Last year, the time of possession in this game was 38-22. Could he be the difference? I know Brew hopes so. All right, now you're looking at the top 2, and you're like, the 2 most important, the stars haven't been listed, and you are correct. At number 2, Nick Wright. So many banners. There will be, so many banners will be dropped tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, what are you talking about? If the Chiefs win? Yeah, so many banners.
It should be
that's
one
like
banner.
the Lakers dropping the in-season
tournament. They did, and they did.
If they had won other championships.
You know what? And they did. And then at number 1, Lamar Jackson. He's got to get this monkey off his back. He's got to play great against Patrick, beat Patrick. I know they have won the one time, but they've lost a couple times since then. And make Kansas City feel like they have to press all year in the home field advantage back.
Smart.
If Baltimore wins this game and Kansas City's staring at Cincinnati next week, and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, like are we going to be chasing all year like we were last year? I don't have Patrick on there because I don't think he can gain much in a regular season game anymore at this point in his career. So, Coach, those are the 8 people with the most to gain.
Yeah, that's a nice list.
Thank you. That's about as good as I'm going to get from Coach. So,
nice
Brew, you want to go ahead?
But I do think the rookie left tackle is a big story, and I know you wanted to pretty much cover every Kansas City Chief
What do you
available.
mean? I'm sorry, there's 4 Chiefs, 3 Ravens,
But I think-
1 broadcaster.
and I do think that is a big story, and we'll talk about that more as the show goes on. But when you look at the Baltimore Ravens offensive line, okay, so you've got 3 guys that are new starters. That's one component of it. Last time they played, it was a very good Baltimore offensive line. They gave up 4 sacks, including a strip sack. They gave up 9 pressures where Lamar was hit. They were blitzed 17 times. So that's what they had to deal with last time. Now we have 3 new starters. The center's been hurt most of camp. They tragically lost their offensive line coach during summer camp. So I think the way that they come together is going to be a big storyline. And if it's not working out very well, let's say that Derek's not getting the yards that people expect or Lamar's getting hit, that's going to continue to be the narrative of can Baltimore get back to the playoffs with this patchwork offensive line.
That's a fair point.
Well done, Coach. And love the tie. I hope that's a hint at where you're leaning tonight, all right?
Well.
But Nick, and I'm putting this guy on there because Nick has made this the reason. You picked the Ravens not to make the playoffs, right?
Last year. This year.
This year you got to make the playoffs. But the reason that they have no chance to do much damage this year.
Yeah.
Zach Orr, the new defensive coordinator, right, for the Baltimore Ravens. He was on the staff last year, coached the linebacker, so he's, there's continuity there. McDonald has said, he has to, but he said he's going to be great. And if they come out, remember last year, they held the Chiefs scoreless in the second half. So if their defense comes out with all the new weapons that the Chiefs have, it's really only one, I guess, right, tonight, because Worthy. But if they come out, Juju back. if they come out and, even if they lose, but they score 14 or 17, even 20 points to Chiefs, and it's close, that speaks well of Zach Orr. So I think he can win.
All right, all positive. Who has the most to lose?
Oh, we're doing most to lose already?
One of our favorite parts.
This is really, you eat your vegetables so you can have your dessert. A lot of these people on this, 3 of these people I adore.
I'm excited.
People 5, 4, and 2. I absolutely love as human beings, but I have to put them on the list. Number 5.
Oh, it's only 5.
The late, great Len Dawson. Oh. Here's why. Early in the first half, you're going to hear Mike Tirico say this. And believe it or not, Chris, Patrick Mahomes has now broken Len Dawson's record for most yards in Chiefs history. He's 28 years old. So Len Dawson, the previous greatest quarterback and the only Super Bowl champion quarterback in my hometown's team, is going to have that record shattered. Okay. Number 4, another person I adore, Chris Broussard.
Tough one.
I thought I'd be high.
Listen, nobody loves free lunch more than Chris Broussard. And if the Ravens win, he gets a sandwich that he gets to eat on the air.
That's
and a
true.
soda pop and potato chips. And instead, he's going to be out here getting banners dropped on his head, foodless. At number 3, sports media at large, and here's why.
You got to picking the Chiefs, aren't you?
No, here's why. This is us as well.
Okay.
If the Chiefs win, what do we talk about the rest of the year?
I know.
If the Chiefs win and it's like, hey guys, who you got in the Super Bowl? Probably that team. Probably that team.
Schrager's pick today.
Yeah, Schrager, smart man Schrager, my guy.
Yeah, but didn't hit.
No, of course. But sports media kind of needs the Chiefs to lose. Number 2, another person I adore, and I hate to put on there, my bookie. Oh my goodness gracious. It has been 5 long months of not betting the NFL, and the world is giving me the gift of the Chiefs Chiefs without the hook, minus just 3 at home on ring night. Oh my God. And number 1 most to lose, Michael Jordan.
I mean, it's a take.
Listen, because here's the deal. Jordan doesn't own the Hornets anymore.
No.
He's assuredly losing tens of thousands of dollars as we speak on the golf course. He needs that money from all the purple Jordans.